I have one question I wanted to ask you. It's totally optional. You want to answer it or not. But we've worked with a lot of people that have MS, Curt, and just our general population that, you know, they don't know what the possibilities are of getting approved at the initial application, and although it did take a year for them about to decide on it, it did get approved. But I'm wondering if you have any words of advice, like these calls are recorded, that I could share an audio snippet with our audience, that maybe something that you learned through the process that would help their experience be better, perhaps encouraging?
Yeah, the one thing that I would put into that bucket is, especially with MS. So the National MS Society's website has some excellent information to include, almost templates of what the doctor should fill out, or the way the doctor should position the medical information aligned to the law and the various sections that describe the situations for people with MS. That I discovered that somewhere along the way through the process, getting information like that, and there might be other sort of similar things to the MS Society for other conditions, but that was a little bit of a discovery and aha along the way. Now, it still worked out fine from a time frame standpoint, but I think I could have been better off if I would have, gotten that in front of my doctor to start with, and made sure that, we were really documenting things in line with the excellent work that the MS Society had done.
Yeah, I see in your case file here you had, like, well, we call them RFCs, residual functional capacity reports. Yeah, like one of these, I'm surprised anybody could read it, but because it was in doctor's writing. But you're absolutely right. I mean, those confirmations that you're being treated by a doctor, what their opinion is on your limitations and if you can work or not, are super valuable. So okay, so templates, so I would say they're condition-specific templates, right?
Correct.
Good. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was, like, I remember the conversations that I was having with Carol along the way, and she was sort of guiding me in a certain way that I needed to be able to talk to my doctor about and have my doctor write it up in that way. Picking that a little further to say, hey, look, here's a template, or here's a write-up from the condition, that if you can get the doctor to write up my situation in that way, be much more, acceptable to the Social Security Administration.
Great advice. It definitely maximizes the chances for winning, for sure. Yeah, that's super valuable. Thank you for sharing that.
Sure. And
good.
I guess Brian, the one other thing that I don't know whether it's a worth sharing thing, but I talked to the folks at the Social Security Administration at the tail end once I had gotten approval, and the woman that I was speaking with said something about it had been a certain amount of time that I get past that 6 months of since I was disabled, and what I took from that was, they could have been ready to approve it a long time ago, but they were sort of held by the constraints of the time frame, or when they would approve and when they weren't prepared to approve it, even though it might have been approvable. So that was just I'm not saying that very well, but that was a little bit of a, that makes sense.
I don't know if it makes sense. I'm sorry to interrupt. I want to make sure I get this. So your case obviously got approved, but it sounds to me like they sat on it, and that was one of the challenges, because usually, even with COVID, you get an initial decision in 8 months, except California's super long. But yours was like almost a year to date, right?
Yeah.
So they're saying that they could have approved it, but they had to wait on it, in other words.
That's sort of what I took from the comment from the woman that I spoke to.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm jumping to an improper place, but the comment she made was more about the fact that it had been, 6 months, and 6 months since since I stopped working and since the disability. So once I got to that point, and the 6 months might not be right, but once I got to that point, they were able to approve. So it just made me scratch my head and think that, they could have potentially done this sooner, but they were, to use your phrase, sitting on it.
Yeah. I mean, we certainly do our call process to follow up, and so have you, but I mean, looking back on it, is there anything that you think you could have done or we could have done to have them decide earlier?
I mean, outside of the, writing it up in the template way that the National MS Society puts out, I mean, so everything we just talked about, but that's the only thing that I sort of think that we could have made it easier on Social Security to make the determination if it were written up in that way.
Yeah.
Hey, thanks so much for watching our video. This is Brian Tarian from the Disability Digest, and our effort here is to keep you informed on the big picture items that may help you get your benefits, or if you're already approved, help you keep your benefits and maximize your benefits. So we certainly hope that you enjoyed it. If you're a member here and there's something going on with you that we can help you out with, don't hesitate to reach out to us. Just reply to any of the emails or contact us with the phone number that we have provided you. If you're not a member, of course, we invite you to come join us as a member. We're like a radio or a TV station where we have ads and sponsors and services that we provide that allow us to provide you with a free membership. So come on in and enjoy. And what that will help you out with is you'll be able to get information that's more specific to your needs. Because in my experience of 16 some odd years, there's no two situations alike. Your age, your gender, where you live, your income, your condition, your treatment history. It's just a few of the different variables that are going to determine your ability to get approved and what you're entitled to for benefits once you're approved. So come on in, join us. We look forward to helping you out. And of course, if you like the videos, hit the bell so you get notifications for the next. Share it, makes the world go round. Thanks again for tuning in. Make it a great day.